The Autobots thought they were on a simple heist mission, but that was far from the truth. Unfortunately, by the time they realized what they got themselves into, it was already too late. Stick around to find out why, later in this video. Welcome to TLS Tuesday, where every Tuesday we dive a little more into the plot of Transformers: The Last Sacrifice. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about how the Autobots are going to pull a heist mission on the Decepticons factory. Last video we left off at the Autobots interrogating this Decepticon, who then gives them a device that hints at the location of the factory, which later Wheeljack discovers the actual location. Once the location of the Decepticon factory has been located, Prime gives a motivational, powerful speech and sets his goals to stop Megatron. A scout team is sent to the outer edge of Kaon to locate and check out the factory. Although the level of security low-key made it really difficult for them, so they had to come back. Now what made this a real problem was the amount of guards that were there, so they couldn't really get into the place all that well, and the entrance is going to have this little area where they get scanned. Now anyone that's not a Decepticon and you get discovered or get caught in that scan, you're basically done for. Like, the whole entire area knows that you're there. Now, once the scouts return and tell everyone what was going on, Wheeljack actually came up with this really fascinating idea to, make a highly concentrated energon bomb. Now, that one, I kind of feel like it's really suiting of him because every Wheeljack in every universe apparently has bombs. I don't know why, it's funny. Now, as mentioned in the first video, they already have low energy, energon, and resources as it is. So getting highly concentrated energon can only come from a place like a black market because it's such a rare and scarce material. So basically they had to spend a huge portion of their currency, which I haven't decided exactly what it was yet, but they have to spend a lot of money in order to get this piece of highly concentrated energon to then make the bomb. Now since it's so expensive and so rare, and like I said, only can be found in the black market or whatever, they pretty much saying, if this doesn't work or if this all goes bad, then we truly just wasted a crap ton of our money. So either this works or we're officially broke. Womp womp.
Greetings, Quandale Dingle here.
Now since the scouts were able to get some information based off the factory, they actually do have a blind spot from where the troopers actually walk through. Now with that information, Prime then assembles a team so that way they can go to the factory and get this all over with. The thing that makes this whole situation very stressful even more is how long it takes for the bomb to actually go off. Now like I said, they have roughly about 2 minutes to get everything straightened, and it takes about 30 seconds for the bomb to go off. So, it takes them a while for them to get in there and actually get to the spot, plus while waiting for a 30-second timer to go down. And as soon as that timer goes off, the guard is just about to hit the corner, or like he's getting really close. So the scout in the background is like, yo, y'all need to hurry up. He's about to turn the corner and y'all are still there. Now, boom, the entire place gets shaken because the bomb went off, right? So then once they finally got in there, the first thing they noticed is there's a whole bunch of rooms. Now, this is kind of my favorite part that I still want to tweak a little bit on, and it's the fact that these rooms are either filled with weapons, soldiers, tests, random stuff. So they're a little bit confused because I'm like, this is a factory. I'm expecting to see some, producing going on. Pause. But there is nothing there other than random stuff. Another thing is that they cannot access every single room, but majority of them are available. So it's kind of hard to really explain it because I haven't really fully thought it out yet. But if I were to actually have the film ready for y'all, it would pretty much be showing a bunch of rooms that they would be going into. Now, there are going to be 2 rooms specifically that will be shown that are going to have a bunch of holograms and audio logs, which is pretty much voice messages or voice recordings. And that is going to start making Optimus really think about what's going on. So in his mind, there's rooms full of random things. There's a whole bunch of drones. There's a whole bunch of security things, but there's nothing actually being protected. Like there's no dark energon, there's nothing. So he's over here thinking this has to be a trap, because why is there, like, there's no reason for all this random stuff to be here if there's supposed to be a production for dark energon. So one thing that's going to be playing is a little voice message or audio log from Shockwave explaining his science thing. You know how Shockwave is. If you don't, he's more of like the scientific type of guy. So he's going to pretty much be recording his data, whatever kind of stuff. So that's pretty much what's going to be played. So after a little bit of walking around, they're going to notice there's a huge door, right? That's not open. It's closed, and but it's like there's a button, and all you have to do is press the button. So now everyone's a little skeptical because like it shouldn't be that easy to open the door. But Ironhide is like, yo, like this feels way too easy. I don't think we should go through the door. Now Prime, not like he's just like confused and not understanding what's going on, considering that he thought this was the actual place and nothing's being like produced. So it was like maybe it's through here. So they go through there, and that's where the problem starts. They go through that door, and there's a huge hologram of Megatron just standing there, right? Nothing said, nothing needs to be done. Everyone automatically knows we got set up. Man is just sitting here chilling in the hologram, right? And he set this up, pre-recorded it. So as soon as something goes wrong, that hologram automatically is set up. So basically, he's just gonna sit here and start like taunting them, like, y'all really fell for my trap. Like, you thought it was gonna be that simple and that easy for you to find my my factory? No. In fact, the whole entire factory that they just breached into, that wasn't even part of it. That was a whole decoy. That whole entire thing was just for them, just a distraction, basically. Now, after that happens, they pretty much just sit there shocked. Like, we just really wasted all of our stuff on a decoy. Now, the best part of this whole thing, Megatron decides to mess with them even more. He says, he's going to say something like, the scale of this decoy doesn't even compare to the actual size. So imagine spending all that time, all your resources, all your money. You basically just got robbed of your money at this point. You breach into this so-called factory just to find out it's not even a fraction of what the actual place is. Like, at that point, that's a valid crash out. Megatron just straight up played every person on the field with one move. That device, he planned that. He gave that device to Shockwave for Shockwave to give it to the troopers, and he had anticipated that somebody was going to get caught lacking, and apparently the person who had it was the one who got caught lacking. So he gave it to them. All of this was just planned out. Megatron knew the whole thing. He was 3 steps ahead of everybody. Now, being Optimus, he's like real mad right now. Because like I said, he just spent all this time sacrificing all his resources just for it not to be the real thing. So Megatron, he's over here just like still talking. And he was like, oh, but you have no idea what I have in store for y'all. Like, what do you mean, bro? Like, you already basically robbed us of all of our resources and you still have more? Like, what are you even planning at this point? So that's all Optimus is thinking about. He's just like so frustrated and so confused. Like, what are you planning? Because clearly, it must be that important for you to be going through all this. Like, how much resources do you have to be building all these fake outposts, fake factories and stuff, and just for it to not even be a fraction of the actual scale? Like, this factory must be top 10, like top tier, bro. So now everyone's just looking at each other. I'm like, yo, we low-key just sold. All of our stuff is gone. We barely have members as it is, and we still have a whole bunch of stuff to go through. So now Megatron is over here just hinting at his plans, right? He's saying like, how can I put it? So he's basically over here talking about how he is going to be creating something. He doesn't say a super soldier. He doesn't say a weapon. He says he's going to end up trying to say, like, you know, throw hints at he's going to be making something so powerful that not even Optimus himself can stop him. So that's to be taunting him or whatever. Yeah, bro, my house haunted, cuz. So the very last thing that happens before this part of the arc ends, basically they end up leaving because throughout the whole entire time, all those soldiers, all those Viacons, they gone. They served their purpose. They was supposed to make it look real, and then they left. I mean, yeah, they did some fighting as well. Like this whole scene wasn't just a bland scene. They break in and then just start exploring. No, there is going to be fighting, of course. But once they find that main room, everyone just starts leaving, and that's where stuff actually starts getting more serious. So after this point, everything is like locked in. So to basically let you guys in on a little secret, this climax is probably my favorite part. So I am most definitely going to be excited to talk about that. So make sure you guys stay tuned for next week's video. Now, I've been low-key enjoying this little series that I have going on, and so far I've only done 3 parts, but I'm really excited to talk about the end, because even though it's supposed to be for the plot, I actually have a lot more stuff that I want to share with you guys. It may not specifically be on Tuesday, but I still have a lot of stuff I want to share with you guys. So if it's about the plot, I guess I'll be on Tuesday, but that doesn't matter. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below what you're most excited for. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out!